in the trap with bro. Next time we're gonna need 2 scales 100. Used to wrap phones with oats as a pink note each if it went for 100.
I was chilling in a hotel lobby. What's up, you lot? It's your boy ATM. You already know what it is. This podcast shorts. Now, I do react to a lot of no jumper videos for the simple fact that all these guests nowadays are pretty much irrelevant when it comes to the generation Z of this century as I'm in right now. You know what I'm trying to say? So these old heads be having the opportunities to actually express themselves and their stories back in their day to basically get some financial gain within their life. Today we are going to be reacting to Don Trip on walking in on his mom banging his friend in high school. That's some PTSD type shit, and you know it's not over exaggerated because no jumper 9 times out of 10 do be on some authentic ish. So yeah, I don't even know who bro is. Make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe. I haven't really been seeing any type of consistencies within the analytics side of things. Obviously, if you guys do watch my videos, I do see between 15 to 20 plus people view my videos. However, please do also share my videos around, create TikTok highlights. I'm not afraid of any type of criticism, any type of hate backlash. I don't give a F, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, black male, hey, I'm black as it can be. You know, people I guess assume that, you know, I'm light skinned or whatever the case may be, but you know, I have an ethnicity, I have a tribe. But yeah, make sure you guys do those 3 things: like, comment, subscribe. And for extras, get it? For extras?
The hell of a
And then they got married.
Yeah, he did.
You didn't go to the wedding.
No, I didn't go to that.
And in that moment, I was like, this is a motherfucker who's very, very down to get outside his comfort zone. Because that is not something I ever would have thought I would have ever heard anybody rap about. That's way crazier than fishing. I don't know. I guess I just want to ask, like,
Yeah, it's a little more intense than fishing.
when did it come into your head that this was something that you thought was suitable for a song? Also, this is like 20 years ago or whatever, you know?
Man said it was 20 years ago. Like, these individuals that has been living on earth way longer than I have, and the fact that they have this type of reminisce within their mindset to go studio and actually sell their verses about her mother's business as a single mom, because I'm pretty sure she was a single mom with a child that was clearly mindless, who doesn't have no type of thought process whatsoever, who seemed to be oblivious and completely shocked that her mom was sleeping with her. God forbid if that was a situation from my end. Yeah, I wouldn't even brag about it in the first place, because now bro is on no jumper and he's like, damn, I couldn't believe that I said that. If he was to create like a fictional character, black version of The Simpsons, he will fit that category. I mean, he has the eyeballs, he has head shape like the taper, you know, the stereotypical black African American haircut. Like, he can therefore for sure be part of The Simpsons for an animation, should I say.
I stopped turning the other cheek. I stopped trying to get you to hear me. When I'm speaking on, you know, the relationship with my mama, I just got tired of it. I got tired of the one-sidedness. Like, you know, a lot of people feel like a lot of people will hurt you and feel like they did nothing wrong, and then when you...
Of course, that's what every stereotypical black mothers or black women do nowadays. I remember there was a situation with my auntie or whatever, and I don't want to necessarily elaborate because it is not on my behalf to do so. However, I do remember I was playing on my 3DS by myself in my room, right? And there was a loud scream, and the individual was basically burning behind their neck. And my auntie, I remember, she was like, oh, call 999. I already knew what 999 was because obviously previous experience. But yeah, I was pretty young. I was a toddler, should I say. And I remember, I will never forget, she literally blamed me for that actual situation of the individual burning their neck. You know what I'm trying to say? And I just looked at her funny. I was like, I wasn't angry deliberately. I wasn't upset, obviously. However, it was a sense of like, damn, you are a weirdo. And a lot of aunties, a lot of black individual women, they simply cannot take responsibilities. You know what I'm trying to say? Women in general can't. You know what I mean? But as they get older, it's more common, it's more of a digestion within their psychological brain to actually be like, yeah, it will never be my fault, because you, as the boy, as the teenager, as the man, as the grandpa, you will have to take the responsibility of my own negative, irresponsible actions. I lie? That always has been the case. So since a young toddler, black individual, who's clearly the oldest of 3 individuals in my house, it's always been a case of you are the fault, whether it's from your place or from my place. Either way is your fault, because you are simply the oldest and you're a boy. So yeah, either way, you're always gonna get that negative response, that negative conclusion, especially from a woman's side. However, all you could do is destroy them within silence. It's as simple as that. I lie.
I feel like a lot of people will hurt you and feel like they did nothing wrong, and then when you respond to it, no matter how you respond, you're wrong. And I just, when it comes to music, that's what music is for me. That's my outlet. You can't combat it. You can't tell me what I'm feeling ain't true. You can't say, you really can't say shit. You can respond, later after the music is released. But in most cases, I feel like somebody's got, I ain't the only one dealing with it. Maybe not to the extent I had to deal with it, but I ain't the.
You see, a lot of aunties, bro, they have a kind heart. When it comes to Pacific cultures like Nigerians, I wouldn't necessarily say that's the case. I feel like for most black African Americans, there's no sense of responsibility when it comes to like the respect of another family's dynamic and another family's point of view. Because when you see your nephews or your nieces and you see how they grew up, you basically have that sense of motivation within yourself as the woman to basically remind them that they got what it takes to actually live in society. But I feel like women that become aunties, maybe in their early 30s, they're still in that sense of, oh, I'm still going to F around and I'm not really going to take any type of responsibility when it comes to the what ifs and the scenarios of potentially having affairs of a possible teenager, and I can't be bothered at this point of this video to even elaborate, because if you catch my drift, you catch my drift. No Tokyo.
The response that like they appreciate that you were willing to crack that open, that you really didn't have to.
Yeah, I see it a lot. And I think for the most part, that's my core audience appreciates the fact that, if anything, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, whether it's in my favor or not. And I got records where I ain't, I'm the one to blame. I'm at fault. I know I'm not perfect either, and I also have I only know how to call a spade, even if the
video just ended. Bro's chatting about honesty, bro, and plus he's talking about core. What you know about core? You is out of shape chatting about core. I know this ain't verbal talk, but bro, you can't chat about core. You is out of shape. You is out of the black African excellence list. You said you're not perfect. Well, obviously not. Ain't nobody perfect. It's just an understatement. This ain't verbal talk. This is just podcast shows. I don't even know who bro is. Like, comment, subscribe. Do share this around on all platforms if you may. And yeah, peace. Safe. Out.
Shouldn't fuck with the rappers, cappers, scammers. For me, she'll make that happen just at the back of town. Balance.
I can do 6 shots, I can do 19. Done draws on the track and uptown, had the civilian say, call blimey. Been broke and I've been lively. I finessed that pack, did I pay for the daughter? Didn't like Tyrese famous, but there's none of them, not Kylie. One gotta make sure everything.